What's up, guys? This is Xavier, and I am here with a round table of people. Not really, but we do have some, I won't say new people, but some returning people on the podcast tonight. So, yeah, let's get started. Let's see who we have today. We have Ethan.
Hello, it's Ethan.
Boom.
Ethan Hershaft from, all the socials, or also known as the Orlando Tourist.
You
We're
got
back.
Jake.
Hi, I'm Jake. JCrew62 on TikTok, and yeah.
And we have the the powerhouse, the one and only writer, writes all of the things for everyone. John Self.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for having me on. I'm writing for someone right now as we're talking, so there's something to be said for that.
So a lot of stuff is happening, has happened, or is still in speculation. And we thought we would just have like a conversation, more of a conversation than like a normal podcast episode. So I think we should get started with what we were talking about before we got started with recording Tiana's Bayou adventure.
Yeah. So Xavier, you're the only one who has been on it. I will hopefully get to do it tomorrow, as of this recording tomorrow, that being Wednesday.
Yes, I thought like it happened so fast. Like it really happened so fast. Like we walked up to the entrance, we like literally 2 minutes went through the line, and then we were on the ride like within like a span of 2 to 3 minutes, which is not the same experience that everyone else has had as I've been watching on Twitter. I think Ethan has a breakdown of some of the stuff he's been seeing.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of stuff. I'll be riding later in the week, hopefully. How many times did you actually get to ride it?
It's one and done.
Okay, 'cause I'm probably gonna ride it a few times if I get the chance. But yeah, a lot of people. Like I know today was really bad, but like every day the ride breaks down. And then I know cast members hand out like free waters and ice pops and stuff to everyone in the queue. I think it went down for a few hours this morning, and then it went down in the evening. It was down a lot yesterday. But yeah, it's been rough over there from what I've heard. But it's also in technical preview stage, so
Yeah,
Yeah, but we are in stage 2 of, they've been testing and testing and testing, so this is not a great sign. I'm sure they'll figure it out, but it's not a great sign.
I my thought process is this these technical downtimes, is it because of like the ride system, or is it because of like show modes for the animatronics?
So I know you said, Xavier, that you said the ride was going slower. The water flow was slower. Which, if they're changing the pacing like that, that could definitely make a difference. My personal guess, though, is that this is like the Revenge of the Mummy situation, where the they use the old ride system or old parts with the new control system, and they weren't agreeing together. And that's what my guess is. Like, because Mummy went down again, I think, after they reopened. They kept having technical issues, and then they just broke down a lot, and they were having a lot of issues with the ride. I think that's what's going on with Tiana. They're probably using the old ride system with new parts, and they're not agreeing with each other.
Yeah, that matches a little bit my intel. It's there's some animatronic issues. There's some issues with the water flowing properly, and then there's the coordination of the two.
Wow. Yeah, when I experienced it, I was in the very back row. I haven't actually had a chance to finish getting the video up on YouTube. So by the time this comes out, hopefully it's on YouTube. But you'll notice in the video I have where, again, I was in the back row, and like I was catching like the very end of like the animatronics, either like saying their line or like doing their movement. I would catch like the very end of it. So the
The
timing
timing
is
was
not great.
interesting.
But overall, like whole experience from entering the queue line, the whole ride, all the way till the end, I would say it was very much enjoyable. Um, Starting with like the queue line, you have kind of like just the music that makes you feel like you're on Bourbon Street and just hear music playing. Um, I think like the way they have it themed is like you're listening to a radio station. So like you have like all this music um, that's just playing in the queue line. In I don't think I actually did not get any pictures of like inside the queue line, but like in the queue line, you have like all these pictures of Tiana as as a kid, as she gets older, her and her family. So it's really nice in there, really nice. Looks totally different. Uh, but then you get on the ride, and it starts off like normal Splash Mountain, but like as soon as you like make that first bend, it's like wow, totally different, right? I mean, in essence, it's the same, right? But the way that they have dressed up the sets inside, like it's really amazing. I can't remember the name of the scene, but it's the one where they had like the shooting like fountains that would go over the boats, over the log flumes. Um, Totally different. Which again, you guys can see this either on our YouTube or just watching um, Disney World's version of their POV, which I will say does not do justice to like the ride. So like all the hate I've been seeing about it, I'm like, just you have to ride it to understand it. But with all the work that they've done as far as like getting artists from New Orleans to make music, paint different stuff in the ride, um, they they did a pretty good job. I will give my endorsement for the ride. Um, there's some things that like again couldn't be like changed on it, but I still give mine like endorsement to at least ride the attraction once.
How do you feel about the new storyline that it has? Like, it's not like a book report of the movie.
Which is what I would want personally. That's what I prefer. I don't want like book report. Like when you go to Universal, Simpsons, Transformers, Fast and Furious, none of those rides are book reports. So the whole thing of it should have been exact scene for scene of the movie, you don't see Universal doing that.
I
Like
mean,
that's
and there's also a lot of Disney rides that aren't just straight up book reports. Like, for example, Frozen is not a book report. Grand Fiesta is not a book report. Like, there's most rides in Disney are not book reports.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like a lot of them are book reports.
I mean, not really.
the only one I can say book report is Little Mermaid. That's
yeah, Little Mermaid is
only
definitely
one.
a book report.
Little Mermaid, Peter Pan, Winnie the Pooh. Does that one count as a book report?
I don't know if that is. I mean, you're literally in a book. You're literally in a book.
It kind of is because it's telling like scenes from the movies and stories.
But to get John in on this one, because there are so many announcements happening that I cannot keep up with all of them. Beignets is coming back to Magic Kingdom.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. You mean some croissants that are called beignets are coming back to Magic Kingdom.
Okay, we have something coming back to Magic Kingdom.
And I mean, that's a good thing. And they announced today that we're recording, they announced some of the treats that'll be in the shop.
Oh, see again, missing everything. Well, do we know, or do you know off the top of your head what those are?
No, but I can do whatever most podcasters do and click the link and try to look it up real fast. Yeah, they announced all the Tiana themed food today.
Okay, cool. I was looking. Well, my phone just pops every, I guess I would say, 10-15 minutes with a new notification from you, and I think you were showing that Tortuga Tavern was closed.
Tortuga Tavern, yeah, that's a whole different discussion. Tortuga Tavern was closed today, which
Okay.
that relates to our. Maybe that relates to the pirate thing. That may relate to short staffing. I don't. One day does not mean anything yet.
I don't think I've seen anyone post about the new Tiana food.
You're not functioning in my world. The new food comes out June 28th. Like for instance, in Critter
So
Co-op.
opening day comes out opening day, right?
Yep. There's going to be, kind of looks like an ice cream pop, green apple gummy frogs, and spice butter toffee peanuts. Main Street Confectionery is going to have a special popcorn. They're bringing back the chantilly cake at Plaza Restaurant.
Okay.
Those kind of things. Golden Oak Outpost will have the beignets, a shrimp gumbo with sweet potato fries, and a hot honey chicken with sweet potato fries.
So is a lot of this returning food that they took away at some point, or is a lot of this new food?
Most of it is what I would call recycled, where it's food that we've had limited times and then they brought it back. But obviously the pops aren't. Some of the things in Main Street Confectionery are not. I'm just doing this off the top of my head. And then the hot honey chicken and shrimp gumbo at Golden Oak is brand new.
Okay.
Sounds very interesting.
So, I mean, most of the other stuff I had before. So, I mean, it was good, but it's theme park food.
Yeah.
So it often looks better than it tastes.
Very true. Okay. Do we have any further comments on Tiana's before we move on?
We can move on.
I motion we move on. Before we get into, I would say what a lot of us here are excited about. I do have to mention that I think it was today Universal announced some of their activities that they have available for the month of June for Pride Month. So there have some treats over at Croissant Moon, Today Cafe, San Francisco Pastry Company. They have the rainbow roll at Cowfish. I've had that. That was pretty good. And then over at Tucson Chocolate Emporium, they have a new. It's not a milkshake; it's a smoothie. So they have a smoothie there, and then over at Volcano Bay, they have something. I can't remember exactly what that is. But they have something. I think it was ice cream. But they have something available there. Over at Disney Springs, they have so much stuff, but we're going to focus on Disney Springs. They have a bunch of things there as well, and I'll be here all day talking about stuff to have at Disney. So we'll center it to if you're looking to celebrate, head to Springs. I will probably be at Springs on Friday covering some of that stuff. So you guys may have seen some of that before this podcast comes out. Moving on, I think this is where Jake and Ethan's going to shine the most. We had 6 announcements all happen within 9-day period of time.
Mm-hmm.
They've announced 6 original houses. We will
Yeah.
probably get another house announced this week, which is an IP house.
If they hear you, they hunt you. A quiet place. Only at Universal Halloween Horror Nights, where horror lives.
But
Yeah.
they announced Slaughter Cinema 2 during
At,
Spooky Empire, the
and
panel.
I was there, and it was really cool. They revealed a character and one of the films that will be in that house, which will be Heavy Metal Hell 3D.
Which, my opinion, the character doesn't look very good.
I
Well,
disagree.
hold on. Let's reel it back in. Can we get a description for that house? Does anybody have the official
Oh,
description
yeah,
up?
let me just go on Twitter real quick. I'll just read them all. Okay, Slaughter Cinema 2. If you're dying for a B-movie horror marathon, head to the Cary Drive-In. Scream through scenes from the creature features, grindhouse gore, spaghetti westerns, and more.
I want
So
to know what a
basically,
spaghetti western is.
I have no
Maybe
clue what
I'm
it
too
is,
young.
but this
You
house is
young people don't know what a spaghetti western is?
I know.
I'm a film major, and I don't know what a spaghetti western is.
Oh
is it an Italian scene? Is it like
Oh my
no,
god.
I'm going to give a bad explanation that's going to embarrass the fact that I barely know what it is. But think of a very formulaic western where similar things happen, hero happens, this kind of person who's you know it's kind of an anti-hero kind of thing where they save the day.
Yeah.
It's very formulaic. If Marvel movies were made back then, we would call them spaghetti Marvel movies.
so? Is this spaghetti western kind of like the Curse of the Lightning Gulch house in 2016?
I think that's fair.
All right.
But yeah, so this is a sequel house to the house from 2018, and that was a really good house. And basically, they just create their own B-movie type ideas, and each scene is like a new movie. And then some of the movies, like some of the scenes, are really good, and then they'll reuse them and actually expand upon those ideas and make houses like they do with Yeti. So this house could be pretty good this year. It could really go in either direction. The next house they announced, so after Spooky Empire, we had our weekend, no announcements, and then Monday, they just did an announcement, and everyone was kind of shocked. But
Yep.
they announced the Goblin's Feast. Welcome to the Goblin's Feast Tavern and visit the Goblin Village, where a lavish feast is being prepared for goblins, orcs, hobgoblins, and witches. And you're the main course. And the art looks like a Wicked Growth kind of thing, but it gives off
Yeah.
coven vibes.
It gives off fairy tale fantasy vibes, makes it feel like kind of Dungeons and Dragonish.
And I don't know what to expect from Goblin's Feast. I'm not very excited for that one. And then, like I said about Slaughter Cinema 2, I don't know if I'm very excited for the
Uh
costumes. But there's a lot of scenes in that house which I am excited for.
yeah,
Because you know what to expect. They always have a good variety in Slaughter.
yeah, as of now, my most anticipated is Slaughter Cinema.
Oh, I'm hyped for Slaughter. I just didn't like that one costume. But that's just one costume, so.
I feel like it's supposed to be a little like cheesy looking.
Oh no, that's the point of the
When I saw that costume, I was like, dang, are we getting characters from Hollywood?
No, but I thought it almost. I'm just hoping it's not like a budget cut because it didn't look like there was a lot going on with the costume. Like you could buy the whole fit at Walmart, you know.
Spirit Halloween.
All right. Anyway, then after that, we got the next announcement, which was
Tuesday, you got Major Sweets
it's
Candy
Candy
Factory.
Factory. I'll read this one. You've been invited to chaperone a field trip to a candy factory, but this sweet tour is about to turn sour when free samples transform the kids into candy-coated killers wielding sharpened candies.
So I'll read the Twitter one. It says you've been invited to chaperone a field trip to a candy factory. The deadly delicious treats turn the kids into sugar-fueled fiends.
Okay. For those who don't know, this house is going to be a prequel to the Scare Zone from 2022, Sweet Revenge, which was personally my favorite Scare Zone from that year.
And
Yeah,
allegedly, this house will be at Fast and the Furious.
And that kind of worries me.
I think it's a candy factory. If you really use your imagination, Fast and Furious, like the building, the basically the queue, the outdoor section, and then like going into where like all the cars are at. That kind of looks like a factory. That could be a factory. So I don't know. They might be able to make it work. Um,
With that being said, Fast and Furious is closing in August. We're not really sure if this is related to the house, but I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of the Scare Zone, but with that being said, the house is not necessarily related to the Scare Zone because the sets are going to be way different.
Yeah,
This gives off it gives off Willy Wonka vibes.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting some cool stuff out of this one.
Yeah, again, this is a prequel, so this happens after, before the events of the Scare Zone.
The next house I'm actually really excited for. This is probably top of the list for me. The Wednesday the 22nd, they announced the museum deadly exhibit. You
the
decide to
what?
visit
The what?
the museum deadly exhibit.
The museum.
Yeah. It says you
Okay.
decide to visit the new folklore museum exhibit. The rotting stone when an evil escapes from within, destroying everything in its path.
I'm sorry. I'm stuck with museum.
Just how I pronounce it, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Night at the museum. It's
Yeah, that's the common thing people are saying, that this definitely feels like Night at the Museum.
like a cursed
I'm
version
excited
of Night
for
at
it.
the Museum. Yeah.
I'm excited for it because the sets in there, they have a variety. You know, you might have
Yeah.
dinosaurs, you might have Egypt stuff like mummies, you might have like
John F. Kennedy.
I
Wow.
don't know. You'll have a bunch of different things in there, so it could go either way.
All right, the next one is one that might be familiar to some people like listening, and that is Monstruos, the Monsters of Latin America. Ethan, read the description because I'm not gonna.
No, I'll
I'm
actually let
not.
you read this
I'm
one.
not gonna mispronounce these names.
All right, so I think we should have Xavier read this one or John.
No. I'm just gonna throw
All right,
Jake's audio
fine,
from his.
fine. I'm the
All right,
Cuban.
no,
Fine,
I'll read it.
I'm the
I'll try my best. I'll try my best.
All right, Puerto Rican.
All right, so it says, Monstruos, the monsters of Latin America. With La Muerte as your guide, you'll be begging for piedad from the three terrifying legends, Tlahuepuchi, La Lechuza, and El Cibon.
That's actually not bad. You actually did a decent job with the pronunciation.
So, yeah, hopefully I pronounced that well, but this house was in Hollywood last year. And
It
so
actually it
was
did
it
get
last year?
yeah, it
Was
was
it 2
last
years
year.
ago?
Last year.
Okay. But
It
was
did-
it when did Hollywood get Scarecrow?
The year before.
Okay, so we had Scarecrow in Orlando, Hollywood got Scarecrow, and their
Yeah.
version of it was pretty different, but it was a good house on both coasts. And Hollywood had this one last year, and now we're getting it. So we're like
Yeah.
trading houses. But it was a really good house last year, so I'm expecting this one to be really
Yeah,
good.
it got House of the Year last year.
That's good. But if you look at a Hollywood POV, I'm assuming there's going to be some similarities, like with the characters. I think some of these character names are the same.
Yeah, they
But
are.
I'm expecting some differences because Scarecrow seemed very different. They had whole different characters in the house, and usually our coast does better with our houses. So we'll see. but I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, and then the final one.
Well, hold up. Monstros is not the Universal Monsters house. So
Yeah,
they're two different houses. We might still be getting a Monsters house. A Monstros should be possibly in a soundstage.
yeah, it's rumored to be where Blood Moon was last year.
The last one I'll let you read, Jake.
All right. This is the last announcement we have as of now, and that is Triplets of Terror. You're invited to the Barmy Triplets birthday bash, but beware, they celebrate by recreating their family's murders. Prepare for a gory gathering. And now, how do you guys feel about this one? I know a lot of people have a lot of mixed feelings about this one.
I just
So
don't like the logo. Like
Yeah,
the
the poster looks terrible.
yeah, the
I will
concept
say,
sounds
okay,
interesting.
what I will say is I don't know if half of these logos, like, a lot of them are actually like made, but this one looks like it's made with like AI. I don't want to discredit any artist if it actually is made by an artist, but just the way like it just looks like that, you know. But the characters look creepy. It's not really, I don't know how to explain it. It's more like just unsettling. I don't know. They just look weird.
Yeah.
I would say this. It's definitely not AI. After like spending time and examining it, it's somebody has actually drawn that.
Yeah, it
Um,
almost looks just from a distance though. They almost look, but no, it's like that. The one with the hair on the bottom left, that one looks creepy.
yeah.
I don't know. It could really go either way. This is only three of the characters, and we don't know what it looks like in person. But I don't know. This house could very much well go either way.
Yeah, this could be.
Everything I've heard about it is good stuff about it so far. So if you see there's birthday balloons on the logo, there's supposed to be a bunch of birthday cakes everywhere in the house. It's supposed to be gory, and supposedly this one might be the Blood Moon or Dead Man's Pier house this year. So
Yeah, I feel like this one is definitely going to be like the sleeper hit, possibly.
I just don't really know what to expect from it. So it could really
Yeah,
go either way, and it should be in a soundstage,
yeah. It's right now. The rumor is where I believe Yeti was.
which is also where Dead Man's Pier was.
Yeah,
Yeah. You did forget something that's possibly opening within maybe the next week or two. The Epic Universe Preview Center inside Universal City Walk Orlando.
You think it's the next week or two?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they said June. We're literally almost done with this week.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
just
like,
yeah,
circling back.
I was thinking end of June.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Epcot Food and Wine Festival starts August 29th.
Oh, okay. Then we can squeeze that in.
Yeah, good luck.
Do a quick morning and then oh wow. Oh yeah, we can squeeze that in. We can make that happen. But yeah, I'm confident that they can get this uh tribute store finished within the next like
tribute store.
or tribute store. I mean, it's a tribute
Yeah,
to Epic Universe. They can get this tribute store to Epic Universe finished within the next week or two. I believe in
hopefully.
Universal. Universal is speedy. Universal is construction. I'm very interested on how they're going to use this. I think they call it, or they're calling it AR technology with your phone.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll be
So
scanning crates on an app like Galaxy's Edge,
I thought it was going to
like
be.
Galactic Star Cruiser.
I thought it was going to be like some projection mapping that they were gonna do on it. I mean, that's what I was hoping, but guess we'll see.
My guess is that the AR might bring you to the app. You might read a description of each land, and then maybe I don't know how the interacting part's gonna work though.
I feel like it's. I've seen someone that has been working on a project, and they showed an example to me on how they took a picture of the Universal tribute store for Mardi Gras in like 20, I want to say 2021, and
Mhm.
they it was like just a picture of like the front entrance of the tribute store, and then this AR basically like happened when like you pull your camera up on like the entrance of the tribute store, and like it did like some really cool effects, and then it had like this confetti coming from the sky. If they incorporate that into like this model, it might actually be pretty cool. Just pull up your camera or pull up such and such app, and all this cool stuff starts happening. Have like Stardust Fallers. Oh wow, I guess we didn't mention that, but yeah, you have Stardust Fallers running on the track, or you have uh, goodness, what is it called? Fire drill shooting water at you. I guess we'll see.
Mhm.
I guess we can let Ethan break the news on Starfall to Stardust.
Oh, yeah, it's disappointing. Uh,
Are you going to tell people about it?
yeah, basically, Starfall Racers. They were getting into some legal stuff with another company with the name Starfall, so they changed their name, and it's quite interesting because the basically they already had Starfall announced, so we thought we were pretty much set in stone, but that wasn't really the case. So so yeah. Anyways, they've changed the name to Stardust, and in my last Epic video, I was actually struggling with remembering to say Stardust. It was quite difficult. But yeah, they've changed the name now, and on the website they've redone all the what do you call it? The concept art. They removed the words. They in the press release and everything. They've got rid of all words that referred to it as Starfall, so it is now known as Stardust. There you have it.
We got some things coming up that's going to be happening, but we'll save that for the end. That'll be our last thing we talk about. Um, I
Also,
wanna-
we should talk about DreamWorks now that we've all been there.
that's what I was trying to get to.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
what is everybody's quick opinions on DreamWorks? We'll start with Jake.
The land overall, I think it's solid. I do have problems with it, but overall, I think the land it's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know how deep you want me to go into it.
Real, I just want to hear everybody's like quick opinions, because then when me and John get into like us talking about it, that's when we'll break out into like what changes or we would like to see happen, within the next couple months or years in the land. Ethan, go. What do you have for us?
So I like it. I think it's really good. There's a lot of strong elements to it, and there's a lot of weak elements, and overall it balances out to about an 8 out of 10 in my opinion for the whole land. There's things about the original land I miss, but I think from what I've seen with all the kids there, I think they're enjoying it. I think parents enjoying it, and for the most part, I'd say it's a success.
Um, Universal had to do something with Kid Zone. I mean, you couldn't stay with Fievel and we lost Barney, so they pulled in DreamWorks. They have this emphasis right now about using their own IP. but it does kind of seem like there were some really great ideas that, I don't know if I could attribute to budget or other concerns that didn't get completely fleshed out. And, for those of us, not so much me, but the rest of you who loved all the water features that we had in the previous Kid Zone, there are hardly any water features compared to that. I mean, there still are water features. That's great, but that's a big change. The show's definitely a step up. They didn't really have a show like that. All in all, it's a definite step up for Universal.
This is when we can go ahead and start our conversation. I'm gonna put everything out on the table and just leave it. Like you said, when we go from Curious George Goes to Town to what we currently have with Kung Fu Panda, I will say that is the only thing I can count as a step down. Because we went from like this whole area of like water play area to 3 solid water features from having like maybe 20 plus to 3 solid water features, which is a little disappointing. Definitely, like, if you're coming in the middle of summer and you got all these people in the park and you got like 3 solid water features. Now, when I say that, I mean one water feature can have like 3 or 4 different things that happens with it, but I don't know. And then when we talk about the food that's in the area,
Do we have to talk about it?
It ain't great. That's all I'm gonna say. It ain't great.
In fairness, the food in that area,
It was just popcorn. So
there was nothing really there.
yeah.
Yeah. I will. Did any of you guys try the Trolls ice cream?
No, because every time I would go, it would be closed.
So
Jake
I
tried it. I got
did.
photos of it when he was there.
So I tried the Poppy one. It was basically pink lemonade. I thought it was pretty good. It's huge. Like, it's really big. Like, you get a lot of like ice cream. And however, I will say it does melt really quickly. But yeah, I thought it's really cute and it was pretty good. I haven't tried the branch one though.
I hear that one is not the best. I've heard from someone actually yesterday. They were telling me about it. They're like, they like the poppy one, but the branch is not great.
Yeah, the branch is.
Interesting, because I would have gotten the branch if I was able to have the ice cream. Because I like my blueberry,
Yeah, the branch one is huckleberry.
That makes sense. But wait, didn't you yes, you got the pretzel. What did you think about the cheese?
I didn't try it. I tried the pretzel, but not the cheese.
I got the pretzel, but I didn't eat the cheese. I'm allergic to the cheese.
Yeah, the Shrexel was mid.
It, like I said, the pretzel, it tasted like a pretzel, but if you want the best soft pretzel Universal, go to the stand right by Kong. Those are really good. Those are probably the best.
Roller coaster.
Oh, the Troller coaster. It's the greatest coaster I've ever ridden. No, I'm kidding. It is.
When
Jake
and I went to ride it the other day, it had like a full queue.
Yeah, it was like a 35-minute wait.
And we waited it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's literally a reskin of Woody Woodpecker. It gets the job done. It's just Woody Woodpecker.
Yep, it's there.
The only thing I'll say about the roller coaster, right? I missed the pull strings in the queue when you used to make the whistles blow and stuff. Really missed that. I miss how the conductor the guy dispatching the ride used to pull the little string and the whistle would blow. That's all gonna be really missed. But I don't know. The coaster itself, it's the same thing. I was hoping it'd be smoother, and it wasn't. They have an on-ride photo now, so that's pretty neat.
And they have
And
the kiosk. They have like the mobile kiosk to get your photos.
the Catter bus, it's pretty good. The Catter bus actually, they even detailed the behind of it, so now it actually has a crack.
Stop it, Ethan. No,
That might be too
No, I
much
mean,
information.
So no, I'm just saying that they put in a lot of detail. That's all I'm trying to say.
Oh, I
yeah.
agree.
It's also like really like glittery.
So I mean, I think the train design's fantastic. I like the feet on the sides of the train, so it's pretty cool. Stuff like that. And then I don't know. The station's cool. The music is interesting though. The music is
You should have brought that up.
it's very repetitive. It's interesting. I'll put it that way. But
The music,
it fits the target audience. So.
no, it does not. I will. That music is like I'm walking into a corporate meeting that's a corporate conference that's about to happen. The music in this land is the worst music I have ever heard in a theme park land.
No, I'm talking about specifically roller coaster music. Like when you're waiting in line, that's the like it gets stuck in your head really quick.
That's fine, but the music in this land, disgusting.
Behind the scenes, Universal interviewed us to get our perspective on it.
I know you guys. I overheard you guys mention a flat ride you guys want added.
Yeah.
Then
We mentioned. Well, I mentioned having a attraction like Fire Drill or I forget what Legoland's version of that ride is. But having like that splash metal model attraction or something like that to add to the land, because like it only has when I say a ride, like it only has one ride. It has a lot of attractions, but it only has one ride
So
in the area.
that doesn't make sense though, and the reason I say that is because Kids Zone also only had Kids Zone technically had 2 rides, and I missed my Five water slide. But the issue with the splash battle is that 1, it takes up a huge plot of land, and then 2, we're getting one at Epic Universe, so now it's just getting redundant if they were to add another one.
Well, that was just an example. We're just saying like they need something else in that area, because when you think about it,
Poppy's Playground, that little like play area would have been perfect for like a little like flat ride there.
a merry-go-round, something. That's what I was saying. Like have another attraction as far as like a ride in the area. Yeah, I would have took a Trolls themed merry-go-round, because like really when I walked up to that area, I was like, oh, this is cute. I thought it was like a not a merry-go-round, but what do they call those?
Carousel.
No, it's not an Enterprise.
Teacup?
Nope. I forget what they called the model. Swinging chairs. The swinging chairs.
Oh. When you're on like a couch and it swings.
Wait, no. What do they call it over at Disneyland? Yeah. Yeah, you see it at the fair all the time. It's like the chairs that's attached to the chain link and it spins in a circle.
Yeah.
Oh, like a mini Starflyer.
Kinda. But yeah.
Or like the what are you talking about? The one at Disneyland, the Happy Swing, whatever it's called.
Symphony swings.
That one, yeah.
Yes, that's attraction. Um, but yeah, that is DreamWorks. That is what we think about it.
I think
Um,
Poe's the area where I think they could have the most improvement
Yeah.
as far as specifically as the Poe Live.
I thought I need to see video of the original version of it, but I thought with the technology they have, it's pretty good. Now the actual content they're working with, maybe maybe it will keep the attention of kids, but like when we were all there watching it, like a good 3/4 of the room left within like 3 minutes. Because like it's a pretty low interaction you're having with Poe.
Yeah. I don't know,
So
Xavier. I feel like I saw Xavier busting out some kung fu moves during the show.
I did
yeah,
see Xavier
he was
use
about
his
to
chi
kick.
and throw his chi.
Well,
That sounds personal.
Yeah,
if
that's true.
if if nobody else is going to do it, someone has to. So I have to save the day.
So as far as Poe Live, a few issues. So we went that early preview. The actor wasn't spot on in my opinion. He wasn't like that close to representing Poe. But when I went back Friday for the pass holder preview, I caught a couple tail ends of the show. He sounded just like the actor. And then I caught it again like the following week and it was pretty close in between the two. It might have been the same guy as the pass holder preview one. So it honestly depends who you have portraying Poe. But when I have the issue I have is that it seems like the storyline's more or less the exact same every time you do it. I wish it was more like versatile. So it's like I haven't really done the Turtle Crush thing, whatever you call it, at Epcot. Is it at Epcot, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
Turtle Chalk? Yeah, Turtle
Yeah.
Chalk. So anyways, I feel like you always see videos though, and it's always a different experience every time. You can do it 5 times in a day and have a whole different experience. Whereas this one, you've seen it once, you don't really need to see it a second time. It'll bring kids back there if it's something different every time. So I feel like they need to kind of be able to not just stick to the same story and just kind of like I don't know, do like a freestyled like improv kind of thing.
we're hitting almost an hour, so let's finish her up. We have a summer full of epic opportunities happening at Universal. We have a tribute store that's open. We have a nighttime show that's coming, as well two nighttime shows that's coming,
Yeah.
in a parade that Ethan's going to be featured in.
What do you mean I'm gonna be featured in?
What character is Ethan?
I didn't
Elliot.
Ethan,
audition. I did not audition for that.
Ethan is going to be the Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man,
Mm-hmm.
16 feet tall.
Yep, that's my height.
Uh, I'm gonna make Jake do this because I know for sure that he will keep it very quick. Tribute store. Can you tell us about it? Uh,
So the tribute store is sort of themed to like kind of a mall in a way. Like one room is a VHS store, almost like a Blockbuster. One is an arcade, which is my favorite room, and another is like the movies. I think it's a really cute, really cool tribute store. Again, there's a bunch of Easter eggs in there and cool references, and I think it's very well done.
you can watch that video on Jake's Tickety Talk
Yeah,
at at the uh what is your full name on TikTok?
J Crew 62.
Okay. Using that handle, go find Jake and watch that video.
Yeah, find me and stalk me.
In the parks every Thursday, 10 a.m.
I mean, I'll definitely be there Thursday for a certain reason.
Um, so we have two shows happening. Ethan.
Yeah, we have the Sensational. Is that how you pronounce it? Sensational or sensational?
Sensational.
I mean, I think it's a play on words. But anyways, it's
Yeah.
a lagoon show with drones, over 600 drones, and it looks cool. I saw them actually testing it out the other day. I'm about to post that video today. I'm actually excited for that. And it's gonna be very heavily focused on music. So you're gonna have your water show, kind of similar to how we've had the other water shows in the past, but you're gonna have your drones, and then you're also gonna have music that it relies on, and 4K projection mapping. And then you
And
have the Hogwarts show, the Hogwarts Always. And I'm not a huge fan of the name Hogwarts Always, but that I think it's just gonna be another, Hogwarts projection show. But this one's kind of neat because they can change the ending with each of the. There's gonna be four different endings, one for each of the Hogwarts houses.
uh, last thing, as I mentioned, is the parade. Have a parade coming. I cannot, for the life of me. Actually, isn't
Mega
it
Movie Parade,
June or July 3rd?
July 3rd.
July 3rd.
July 3rd, the parade will be hitting the streets of Universal Studios, Florida. It will be traveling in a counterclockwise direction from the esoteric gate, that is the gate by the horror makeup show, going towards Transformers, then making its way over to Starbucks, the
Did they release the
Mummy.
route direction yet? Is it
Yeah,
the same as the Muddy route?
I'm pretty sure that was in the press email I
I
sent
don't
everyone.
remember that because I've been actually wondering about that.
Yeah, pretty sure it was in that email.
Interesting.
But yeah, it's going to follow that direction and head its way back to the horror makeup show. And it's going to feature characters like the Ghostbusters, Ethan the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. We're going to also have the Jaws character with did they say I'm pretty sure didn't they say a marching band?
Yeah, performing the score.
I'm pretty I
I don't
wonder
know how
if
to
the
say about
marching
that.
band is really just a drum line.
It is. It says a drum line performing the score. It didn't say anything about a band. It said a drum line.
That's literally why I asked if it was a marching band.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a drum line.
Okay, so we got a drum line, and then we have
It's got all the retro properties like Back to the Future, Jaws,
yes.
Ghostbusters, E.T. Um, uh, it's got like Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, whatever. It's got a mix of all stuff. It's got Trolls. I know the Caterpillar is on one of the floats.
Did
There's
we
just a bunch of mixed of new and old properties. I
did
don't
we
think
hear the
Nintendo.
rumor?
I don't think Nintendo's in the parade.
No.
So that was a part of the rumor that Nintendo was in the parade and then it
They
got
got called.
pulled.
Yeah,
Then there's
Yeah.
also a rumor that we're getting the Jurassic Park float that was in Japan that
Japan.
has
Yeah,
the dinosaur on it.
the gyrospheres as well. Well, I know we're
Yeah.
getting the gyrospheres and stuff. I just don't know if it's gonna be the same exact float or not.
I would be It would be really cool if they did that parade at night. You have the dinosaur and they have stay. This is why they need
I'm
to hire
hoping they
me.
do a nighttime and a daytime parade, but I'm not sure. I don't know.
I
It
don't
can really
know.
go. I don't know what their plan is for Showtime. Because SeaWorld's parade right now, they're doing a just once a day at 1:45.
Oh dang! I keep
But I
forgetting
mean,
about
I think
Pulsey World.
how many times did they do what do you call it, Superstar?
Only once.
Just once during the day.
It was only once a day.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So it might
To
just be
get
one a day then.
Need to get our night parades back. I want to see Spectral Magic again.
Wow. How old are you?
83.
Want my parades back. Nighttime parades. Um, but yeah, I think that is it for Universal. And we're gonna make this so quick because again we're probably past the hour now. You have happening at Busch Gardens. Is it called Summer Nights or Summer Days?
Yeah,
Yeah,
summer
Summer
night.
Nights. I went to the media event for attractions. So, Summer Nights, they're in the middle of Red, White, and Brews, which is kind of like a food festival for them. They brought out a new show, Rhythm of Nature, which is a new ice show.
Ooh, we need to go see that.
It's definitely an improvement. We all thought it was good. They even have a cupcake that tastes good.
Is it
Singular
okay?
cupcake.
Where is the cupcake though? Is it the cupcake that's in the store?
They have it in two places. If you're familiar with how Busch Gardens does their festivals, they have it in a little walk area near Iron Gwazi.
Mm-hmm.
It's the peach pie cupcake.
Ooh, that sounds good.
So
Definitely have to go for that. Ethan, where are we going?
I don't know. It's gonna be a couple weeks before I go back to Bush. But SeaWorld's starting their Viva La Musica event, and Bush usually has that. Viva La Musica is going on up until June 30th every Sunday. They have concerts, so it's pretty interesting. The Cirque show that they just started it's not on the weekends because of the concerts.
You're forgetting something.
What? What am I
Club
forgetting?
Glow.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, okay, so yeah, SeaWorld started their whole summer event, so they're celebrating the 60th. They have a new parade every day at 1:45. The new Antarctica realm just reopened. I guess it's not new, but it reopened. They have a new, I think they have a grab and go section, which is brand new. And they have like Mexican food items there. They have a new bar, a new exit gift shop that the Penguin exhibit routes through. Penguin Trek isn't open yet. Probably gonna be
but
like August or late
Penguin
July.
Trek merch is out.
Penguin Trek merch just came out like today or yesterday.
Yeah.
And then as far as the Cirque show, it's Monday through Friday. It's a new acceleration. They do like 3 shows a day. It's really good. Same company who did the ones for Bush. And then we have the Electric Ocean, which they've had for years. So they have the Club Seagull at the Bayside Stadium, and they have the fireworks, the Ignite. It's not the Ignite 360. It's just Ignite. But they got the DJ. One of the changes is only an hour and a half of the dance floor this year, not a full 2 hours. Some of the specialty acts, they reduced the number of those. So it's kind of interesting. And then a couple years ago, they had Dancers by Sky Tower, but they cut that like a year or two ago. So they haven't been doing that anymore either. But overall, still a good event. In my opinion, best fireworks in Orlando. And now you have the Cirque show, so it's like a 1-2 punch. They're really good shows. The parade's honestly really fun, too. I really enjoyed the parade. That was good.
Didn't they say there was interactive moments in this parade?
Yeah, I thought they said, well, the Universal, you have
The bubble wands.
the bubble ones, yeah. I always forget if it's
Uh,
SeaWorld or Universal. I know Universal definitely has it for sure.
well, there's one thing that I'm most excited about coming to SeaWorld. Chick-fil-A is
Oh, forgot about
making
that.
its way
Yeah.
to SeaWorld
Yeah. Right outside where the Blood Beckoning house was. It's right outside of Antarctica.
where the old pizza place used to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
they're
I
gonna
can
go
get your Chick-fil-A inside SeaWorld.
with the 5% surcharge.
Exactly.
But fun fact, Chick-fil-A at Busch, and this should follow suit here, it's included in the all-day dining.
Yeah, it should be the same.
So the way it works, I got more details on it. Chick-fil-A does not accept Busch Bucks or SeaWorld Bucks, so you can't use your Bucks on there. But you can use all-day dining, and as far as all-day dining goes, you can't use your first all-day dining meal there. You can use any subsequent all-day dining deals at Chick-fil-A, just not your initial one.
I miss off-season dining. That was the best.
They ain't bringing that back.
That's
Oh, and then you
a
got
great
Aquatica.
deal.
They're starting the Aqua Glow event.
Yeah, Aqua Glow's this Friday.
I think that I think that's it. I think we've covered all of our Central Florida parks, unless Ethan has something he would like to say about Gatorland.
Gatorland. Oh, Legoland.
Oh, their
Legoland just
summer
started.
event,
Yeah,
yeah.
they just started their summer whatever event. They have the Go Extreme stunt show. I missed their event because they sent me an invite the morning of, and I had work, so I'm like, nah, I can't go. So I thought that was kind of crazy. But anyways, they have an event going on. I'll see if I can go out to that at some point. And then they have they just announced the dates for the Brick or Treat as well. So this sounds fun. It looks like a fun event. And they have a bunch of new
Yes.
food over there and stuff. So yeah, Legoland. They opened the Ferrari boating race. That was fun. We were there a bit ago, March. Go check that out.
Wow. That was a long time. I can't believe it was
March
these
8th.
months are just going by. Wow.
Yeah, no, May lasted for a couple of days or so.
That was a very good experience we had at Legoland. We have to visit again.
Yeah, Legoland was fun. It's actually pretty underrated, so it's just a far drive, but
It
it's
is a far
fun.
drive, yes. But yeah, we're gonna call it an episode. We thank everyone for listening. If you've made it this far, um, but yeah, I will start off with Jake. How can everyone find you?
Jake Crew 62 on TikTok and Jake_Cruise_State Farm on Instagram.
Ethan.
You can find me on all platforms at Ethan Hershaft or on YouTube at The Orlando Tourist.
John, I hear you have this secret website coming up.
It's not very secret, but Main Street Foodie is launching pretty soon. I'm actually working on finishing up stuff for it right now.
Dang. Oh my. You just reminded me. When is our blue ribbon coming?
Yeah, there's apparently a setback. I don't know the answer. I went to check today.
Oh no. Well, guys, make sure you are following us at girlstagetravels.com, and we'll keep you informed on when Blue Ribbon Corn Dogs open. But until then, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Thrills, Taste, and Travels is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Disney Company, SeaWorld Entertainment, Universal Orlando Resort, Comcast, or NBC Universal. All icons, titles, events, and items are property, trademark, and copyright of their respective trademark and copyright holders.